Hi everyone. In this recording, I am going to review the homework solutions from page 270, numbers 14 to 22 even, and 23 to 27 odd. Okay, the directions for 14 to 22 even says, find the point xy on the unit circle that corresponds to the real number t. Okay, so before I start reviewing this, like we mentioned in the other videos, remember the points on your unit circle for our three families. If you memorize these, well, maybe not the pi over 6 and pi over 3, but if you remember the points for these, that will help you a lot when you're finding the location or finding the ordered pair of any other radian. So pi over 6 is square root 3 over 2, comma, 1/2. Pi over 4 is square root 2 over 2, comma, square root 2 over 2. And pi over 3 is 1/2, comma, square root 3 over 2. Okay? Again, remembering the pi over 6 and pi over 3 are just flipped. All right, so 14. Finding the ordered pair that corresponds with t equals pi over 3. So like I just mentioned at the beginning, first finding where that pi over 3 is. This one should be pretty basic. It's in quadrant 1. It is right here. Okay? Finding the ordered pair here, and this is on our unit circle. Remember your unit circle, the ordered pairs are always cosine, comma, sine. So you're going over 1/2, you're going up square root 3 over 2. So that's your answer for t equals pi over 3. Okay. Number 16, t equals 5 pi over 4. So again, starting with finding the location of 5 pi over 4. If you still need to make a note for where different points are on your unit circle, you may do that. Okay, 5 pi over 4 is right here. Okay, that's our family of 4, so we know it's going to be square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2, but since we're in quadrant 3, they're both negative. Okay? So your cosine is negative square root 2 over 2. Your sine is negative square root 2 over 2. Okay? So there's our ordered pair for number 16. Okay, again, remembering those families from our unit circle that we keep talking about. Number 18, 5 pi over 3. Okay, so finding on the unit circle where this is. Again, if you need to write down, here's our 3 pi over 3. Here's our 6 pi over 3. Okay, so going around on our unit circle, here's our 5 pi over 3. Okay. Again, remembering the ordered pairs from the family of the unit circle that we had you memorize, or if you need to make a little sketch, okay, reminding yourself that this here is 1/2, and it's positive because we're in quadrant 4, and this is negative square root 3 over 2. So your ordered pair for 5 pi over 3 is 1/2, comma, negative square root 3 over 2. Okay. Number 20, pi. That one should be pretty basic. Okay, we know pi is right here on our unit circle. Okay, the ordered pair for that is negative 1, 0. Okay. Number 22, negative 4 pi over 3. So we're going the opposite direction. Okay, we know this is negative 3 pi over 3. So negative 4 pi over 3 is right here, okay, on our unit circle. So we're in the family of 3. So we know our ordered pair is going to be 1/2, comma, square root 3 over 2. Since we're in quadrant 2, you know your cosine or your x is going to be negative. Your sine or your y is going to be positive. Okay, so square root 3 over 2 is that positive y value. Okay. Number 23, and actually directions are different here. So numbers 23 to 27 odd, the directions are evaluate if possible the sine, cosine, and tangent of the following real numbers. Okay, so similar directions, but now we're finding the sine, cosine, and tangent. All right, so it starts off with a basic one, pi over 4. Pi over 4 is in quadrant 1, so we're right here. Okay. So on our unit circle, we know the family of pi over 4 is always square root 2 over 2. We're in quadrant 1, so they're both positive. So if you want to write down the ordered pair, I think that helps sometimes. This is your cosine of pi over 4. This is your sine of pi over 4. Okay, so your answers there, I just mentioned 2 of them. Your sine of pi over 4, square root 2 over 2. Cosine pi over 4, square root 2 over 2. Your tangent of pi over 4, remember, our tangent is always sine over cosine. Okay? So your sine was square root 2 over 2. Your cosine was square root 2 over 2. So when you divide those, you're just getting 1. Okay? 25. Okay, we have t equals negative 7 pi over 4. Okay, so we're first, again, going to find the location. We're in the family of 4, so we're going this way. Okay, this right here is our negative 4 pi over 4 if you still need to do this. Okay, go all the way around to here, right before negative 8 pi over 4. So negative 7 pi over 4 is right here on our unit circle. Again, family of 4, square root 2 over 2, comma, square root 2 over 2. They're both positive because we're in quadrant 1. Okay, so again, your ordered pair is always cosine theta, comma, sine theta. So your sine and cosine of negative 7 pi over 4 are both square root 2 over 2. Your tangent of negative 7 pi over 4 is square root 2 over 2 divided by square root 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay, you're dividing the same thing, you're getting 1. And then number 27, we have t equals 2 pi over 3. Okay, so again, finding that on the unit circle, 2 pi over 3 is right here, right before 3 pi over 3. Okay, so that's our unit circle. Again, remembering family of 3 is always 1/2, comma, square root 3 over 2. But since we're in quadrant 2, it's going to be negative 1/2, comma, square root 3 over 2. Here's your cosine. Here's your sine theta. So sine of 2 pi over 3 is square root 3 over 2. Cosine of 2 pi over 3 is negative 1/2. And tangent of 2 pi over 3 is always our sine over cosine. So square root 3 over 2 over negative 1/2. Okay, gives us negative square root 3. Okay, so that ends the assignment from page 270, 14 to 22 even, and 23 to 27 odd. If you have any additional questions, please email your teacher. Have a great